Here we are, welcome to the Raglan Surfport podcast, episode probably 7-ish, I guess. If the last one was 6, this will be 7, next one will be 8 if we get that far. And I'm here with Ryan Burch. Hey, thanks for being here in Raglan. And why are you here?
To go left.
To go left. Well,
and
you've
I'm
come
here
to the
with the
right
Vulcan
place.
surf team.
Yeah. Well, you've come to the right place if you want to go left.
Yep, sure
Yeah.
have. I learned that this week.
Yeah. How many right-handers have you caught?
0.
No right-handers?
None.
Just cutbacks. So
Yeah.
when you do a cutback and then you're kind of going right.
Yeah, I've done a couple backside turns, but only on big, long, drawn-out cutbacks.
Yeah.
On a fat one
Yeah.
at Manu Bay.
Well, that's the way to do it, because most people, when they come to Raglan, they don't really intend to go right at all.
Yep.
And so you've kind of succeeded. You've ticked those boxes.
Yeah, I've embraced that tradition.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is the last day of the trip, the Volcom Road Rager? Road Rager. Volcom Road Rager.
Mm-hmm.
And how raged do you reckon you've gone since you've been here?
We've raged a little. We're gonna rename it the Garage Rager because we
Garager.
Garager.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The Volcom Garager because we just stay in this garage and drink beer and rage.
Yeah.
Pretty
well,
hard.
It's such a sick garage. There's like, I don't know what kind of motorbikes these are called. Are they pit bikes? There's a pit bike, the little one.
Yep.
And then you've got the other motorbikes. I don't know what those ones are.
Yeah, there's
That one looks fast though because it's got gold rims.
that one does.
Yeah. And there's about 17 BMXs or bikes. I don't know. And fucking shitloads of surfboards everywhere.
Yeah, and some exercise equipment.
Oh, the exercise equipment.
Yeah,
And
that's been one of the highlights for sure. The punching bag has gotten
Yeah.
beat up since we've been here. We all train a lot, so
well, I know.
we just power that thing. You wouldn't believe how hard I can hit it.
Yeah, I've actually seen the footage of you hitting it, and I've seen you hit it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to fight you. I wouldn't want to fight you. Like, you're not the most imposing physical presence, but like what you lack in physicality, you make up with like steely determination and
Yeah.
and I guess fire.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
quite intimidating guy. But it's kind of like, but you're not really like that in the surf though.
No.
Yeah, like your fighting style and your surfing style, two very different things.
Very different.
Yeah, and but do you ever get like aggressive in the water?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you?
Yeah. all
No,
the
I
time.
don't mean towards people. I mean like with your like big rail turns and stuff.
No, I don't know. I try to keep it pretty mellow.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
actually,
to complement the wave, not destroy it.
yeah, I like that, and that's what I appreciate about your surfing because, like, you've got. We'll go into your boards eventually, but like when you're surfing a wave, it's not like you're trying to kind of overpower the board or anything. You're surfing the wave and not the board.
Yeah. Well, I'm surfing the board too.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
how some people will surf and they'll surf a board and they'll just try and, kind of push it as hard as they can and they're almost overpowering it.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't really do that.
No, but that's cool. I like it. You probably talk about surfboards. You probably get it quite a bit, people talking to you
All
about
the
surfboards.
time.
Yeah.
I've got a little spiel down though.
Yeah, I bet you do. Like on like an average day of surfing, how many people come up to you and talk to you about surfboards?
I'd probably say like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But I get a lot of like, not actually have a conversation, but you get a lot of comments, obviously,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the nose is like, looks like that. So a lot of people take notice to that when you're paddling around and they, think it's really dangerous is usually the first reaction.
Really?
And yeah, people think it's more dangerous because it's got 2 tips, but I swear a shortboard has a sharper point.
yeah, that's like, you're not gonna. Oh, I'll put that so you can kind of see it on there. Like it's 2 points, but I don't know how it's dangerous because regardless, if you get hit by a surfboard with 2 noses or 1 nose, it's gonna hurt anyway.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you get hit by a surfboard too, it's some other part, so they're just as dangerous as any other board.
Yeah, it
And they
doesn't
only
really
have 2
matter.
fins, so thrusters, I guess, would be more dangerous.
Well,
'cause they
that's
have
right.
an extra fin.
Yeah, that's 33% more chance.
Yeah,
I'm not good with maths, but it's probably something like that of getting hit by a fin.
definitely.
And have you tried these with 3 fins?
Yeah, I made some 3 fin ones. I've done some like normal thruster, pretty symmetrical fin setup ones, and then I've also done some where they have a twin fin on one side and then a quad fin on the other, so it ends up being 3 in the end. It would be like 1 fin here and 2 fins on the heel side.
Oh, okay. So
those are 3 fins as well.
So what kind of, would that just go in left or something?
It's more based off heel-toe leverage. It's
okay.
I always explain it like if you're walking up a hill, you're less likely to slip than if you're walking down it on your heels.
Yeah.
So I kind of build the heel side for that more clumsy brute force that you have on your heels, and the toe side will be more sensitive, but try to complement the way that you can feather your pressure on the toe side. Yeah. And I mean, the body mechanics with going front side and back side are a little different, so it's not ideal, but being a goofy footer who loves lefts, they work good front side. And when I'm going right, they still do the job. They still the boards I ride. I think they work great backside.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, because, before I'd seen you ride them and before you'd explained to me about how the asymmetrical boards work, I just kind of thought, how the fuck does it work? But then when you explain to me, like, if it's more like on your toes, you've got more, I guess, more feeling and more sensitivity in your toes.
Yeah,
so
you can just
control
feather
it
your
more.
pressure.
Yeah. But your heels are clumsy and
heels are clumsy for sure.
Yeah, unless you had you're a freak and you had double toes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
But
Symmetrical
then
feet.
even when it comes to that, surfing's still a traverse. I mean, water's going like diagonal across the bottom of your board, so it doesn't really not often are you riding both rails at the exact same time, unless you're straightening out.
Yeah, and
or taking off. But still, you're starting.
You're still angling that way.
Yeah, so it's all a traverse, and even if you had toes on both sides, you probably could still make left boards and right boards, but then it would be left and right, and it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, double toes. And I'm just thinking about how did you come up with the concept of creating a board that essentially had 2 different templates on each side?
It's something that's been around for a long time, and I met one of the first people, if not the very first person to ever do asymmetrics. And at the time when I was starting to shape, he was like kind of a mentor of mine, and so I always was really curious about it, and I did it one day because I had a blank with a broken off tail, and it just made sense to make an asym board, and it worked more normal than I thought it would, and it was actually better than any board I'd ever shaped before.
Yeah.
So it felt like I was messing around with like fishy wide boards for small days at home, and it took that fishy, like skatey feeling, and it kind of made it a little bit more user friendly and more. It made it a lot better for turning in the pocket too, because you get all the speed on those boards sometimes, but then all you can really fit is the curve of a slopey open face, because they're usually straight railed with no bottom rocker and stuff like that, and the boards just want to run out into the shoulder, and then you're taking all that speed and trying to control it by cutting back, and I wanted to have it to where you could do a turn when the wave's steeper and still have a lot of control.
Yeah, so you get that speed, but then you can still turn on a dime sort of thing. And
yeah, exactly. That's the goal with them, is to be able to stand up and have effortless speed, and then also have them still fit in the wave.
Yeah, because I noticed watching you out here, and you just go so fucking fast.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Hey,
trying to go fast.
Yeah, you try and you succeed every time. I'm struggling to keep up with some of these waves, and I just see you, and you just oh man. And but it just trips me out because they look really narrow too. How wide is this one?
This one's 18 3/8, and they've gotten a little bit wider recently because I feel like with a little bit of curve that makes the boards forgiving they're just starting to look a little bit, more in lockstep with how a traditional board would be, starting to beef them up and stuff, but my original ones were 17 7/8 typically.
Yeah.
I went as low as 17 inches wide with this board I called the Scalpel. That was a pretty fun one. Yeah, I took it to G-Land and got some waves on it there, and with that much speed it was great because the narrowness is just to kind of control the board, and it had so much control on a little fast bully wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
And how thick would you have it to have enough volume in it?
I never really worried about volume when I was making these because I was a skinny little kid who loved to paddle. I mean, I'd just paddle all day long. I rode an Elia when I was on my first trip here in New Zealand, and we were surfing, and I'd just paddle that back out and do circles on that. So I got pretty used to paddling thin things. So anything with even 2 inches of foam felt like it paddled great to me.
Yeah.
But on the step-ups and better wave boards, I definitely try to beef them up. But I think most of my boards now are around 2 1/4.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, they're pretty standard. I think the thinner boards would be nice, though, because I like a uniform volume flow. It seems like the boards look really cool when, like, they're really thin in the middle, and they're kind of like, they look more like a skate deck or something. How it'd be
Oh, like
uniform.
if it's like even foam distribution throughout the board.
Yeah, that'd be cool looking.
Oh man, I'm just tripping on these things. And what was I going to say? So you surfed this. You went to that wave pool in Texas. You went there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to a wave pool in Texas. That was my first time ever surfing a wave pool.
A wave pool. Well, there's not that many of them.
No,
I guess.
not yet. We'll see.
And
Maybe in 10 years they'll be everywhere.
they probably will be everywhere. I reckon they will. Apparently they're looking at building. No, they actually built one in New Zealand, I think 10 years ago.
Yep.
They had all these ideas and all these plans to build this amazing wave pool that kind of rotated, I don't know, kind of spun around something.
Yeah,
And
that's an idea I've heard a little bit about.
Yeah, well that's like that Greg Webber one, I think.
Okay.
I think it was like
I haven't
similar.
seen that one yet.
Yeah, similar concept to that where it just keeps going.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
So you get one wave and then that's pretty much you. But no, they were gonna.
It's hard enough to surf a wave here from start to finish without getting tired by the end. It kind of, that's what I thought was cool about the Texas one, is because it was only like 3, maybe 4 turns if you fit them in really fast. But then you jump in the rip and get recycled and you're back on a wave in 2 minutes. It's not like when you're surfing even just a long point break, how once you finally get on a wave, you don't want to screw it up. It felt like really free and you could just try shit all day long on it, which is cool.
And I guess because you know that you're going to get another wave pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like next set.
That's really cool.
And what were the waves like? Is like the second... How many waves? Is it 3 waves in a set?
They can do anything with it. It's like just airbags that fire at different times, so you punch a different pattern into an iPad, and it pretty much can change the wave. So you fire a couple at the same time, and that throws a section, so you can kind of like beep, 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 plug it in. And I mean, if you had one at your house, I'm sure you could just make the craziest waves because you could just be drawing different patterns. And then also, like, one of the things that happens is waves that follow directly behind another wave slurp up a little bit more. It's kind of like second wave of the set style when the water moves on the reef and then flows off again. That helps make the wave steeper. So when they fire the 3 in a row, all of them are a little different. So that was pretty cool. Yeah,
I like the look of that one because it looks more like a natural kind of wave.
Yeah.
Than like Slater's one where it's like a train and one wave every 5 minutes or something.
Totally. I would imagine that being so stressful. I mean, my first wave in a wave pool, you're not reading the ocean anymore, so all that's out of the window.
Yeah.
They're like, you go sit by the wall with a number 6 on it, and you go sit right next to this wall, and they're like, and when you hear the sound, it'll be about 5 seconds afterwards, and you'll see a little like subterranean thing in the water before you even see a swell.
Like a little kind of, like a little bulge
just goes
thing or something.
down. No, it goes down below the water level. And you're looking at it going, all right, that's the wave you catch. And it's like, it happens so fast, you almost don't have time to align yourself. So my first wave, I was on my belly. I never even got to my feet. It was like, where did this thing come from? And I didn't have enough time to stand up. And next thing you know, the wave was done. And I was like, holy shit, I'm going to need a lot of tries at this to finally even get it dialed. But once you do, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. So that was the trickiest thing, was kind of figuring out how to take off on it, because there was no lines coming in or anything. You just... a little lump kind of just pops up. Like
a little lump pops up out of nowhere, and next thing you know, it turns into a wave that you're, this big, and it's like a steep, perfect rip ball. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that place looks insane. So essentially, you could have like a waterproof phone, and then you could just like dial up kind of, if you had the app or whatever, just dial up what you wanted.
For sure. There's a tower, and you just yell at them to tell them to change it. And
really?
Yeah, you go to one side of the pool for the lefts, and then you scream at them when the wind changes or whatever, and then you paddle to the other side of the pool and it goes back the other way, go in a different direction.
Man, that's insane.
So that would be a quick way to test boards too. I was
going to say, like that would be so good for testing boards and testing new stuff, because you'd have the same wave well, pretty much the same wave every time. And so
Yeah.
you just be able to tinker around with little different changes and
Totally.
like really dial stuff in.
Yep.
And what kind of, because it's fresh water.
Yeah, it's fresh water, but I didn't notice a change
No?
in buoyancy. No.
Yeah, because that's what I've always thought, might be the problem with surfing fresh water is that maybe you'd have to like change to like epoxy or
Yeah.
bump up the volume or something like that.
And to be honest, I think that goes back to me not really even paying that much attention to the thickness of my boards, you know, as opposed to someone who's like getting leaderage and they're getting a board that's reproduced all the time. They're really tuned into it.
Yeah.
And I find that that's something that I'm like not totally tuned into. I mean, I'm starting to get it now, but that's one of the most difficult things with hand shaping and doing different stuff like that is to like a consistent volume and actually pinpointing where you want to make the board thinner and thicker, or if you want a little thicker board or whatever. It's something that's taken me a while to really get a good grasp on because, messing with so many different outlines and having each side be different and shit like that sometimes, and just shaping a lot of boards too, it just gets to the point where you almost know less about it than someone who's a consumer.
Yeah,
Because you're just feeling stuff all the time. You're like, I don't even know what that is, but that looks like it'll work. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's amazing. Like with machines and stuff now, everyone, like I have conversations with people about boards, and they just know everything about it. Like they know all these different board models, like the psychedelic pickle something or other, or
Yeah.
that's what yours is called, the pickle.
No. I mean, I call the nose a pickle fork.
Oh, the pickle fork. Yeah, but anyway, like, people were just like, oh yeah, how many letters has that got? And that's, going into all these like fine specifics and details about surfboards, and I'm just like, I have no idea. Like I just get a board and I'm like, is that 32, 33 letters? It'll float me? Okay, good. I'm good to go.
Yeah, and I think that's why the leaderage has kind of changed the surf industry as a consumer, because it is a single measurement and it can be consistent and it can ensure that you have the right float. The thing that it doesn't tell you about is, I think like a planing surface one would be a really good one. Because I feel like even though my boards are less leaderage, like the curve of the bottom of them and the overall surface area, there's a lot of like planing surface, so they do paddle good, I think, for even less volume. But that's just...
No, I think that too. Like, if I had a board that was 33 litres and floated me, but it had too much curve or something and pushed water, then it would kind of defeat the whole purpose of having enough volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you can tell that by eye, I guess. Just look at a board and make sure it doesn't,
Yeah, I wish I could, but I probably can't. I don't know. I pick up a board and I look at it, I'm like, yep, it looks fat enough. It looks fat enough for me. And then that's about it. That's where it ends. But how long have you been shaping for?
9 years now.
9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the first board you made?
9.5 pintail single fin nose rider. Because I wanted to learn how to nose ride.
Yeah.
Because I was riding shortboards all the time, and the guy who was shaping my shortboards at the time didn't want to make me a longboard, so I had to do it myself.
Oh, really? So that's why you got into it?
That's why I got into it.
And you still got that board?
What?
Have you still got that board?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not giving that one up, eh?
No.
What is it? So it's like really flat?
Yeah. Real flat with a big single fin on it. 50-50 rails all the way through, so the thing's slow as hell, but when you walk to the nose, it's like parachute, so you can just stand there all day long.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea of nose riders. Just make the thing slow as possible so you could get up at the front end and it'll pop up and and keep you up there.
Yeah, because that's like a nose riding longboard's totally different to I don't know, what's your other kind? Like a more of a
performance longboard. Yeah, where it'd be like a stretched out shortboard and you kind of do driving turns and then jump up to the nose. But I mean, the only reason I ride a longboard is so that I can nose ride. If I want to do turns, I could do it on a shortboard.
Yeah. That's what I kind of don't understand. I remember a few years ago I went to the was it like the ISA World Champs or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And saw guys like trying airs and stuff on their longboards.
Yeah.
And just trying to turn them like a shortboard, like doing going up vert and all that. And I'm just kind of like, well, like why wouldn't you just have a surf shortboard?
Yeah. Totally.
Hey, pipe down over there. No, you're all good. Rico, come here. Come here. Come on. What do you reckon about the dimensions of this dog? Hey, don't stand on his board. He's good, eh? He's sturdy. What kind of dog is it again?
It's called it's a cross between a a bull terrier, and a Shih Tzu.
A bull terrier.
A bull terrier and a Shih Tzu, and it's called a bullshit.
A bullshit. Okay, that's good. I don't think that's the actual scientific name for that dog. But yeah. Shit. And so, I mean, this is your last day in Raglan, and have you had a good time?
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Any surf trip you go on when there's waves every day, you have a good time, but this has been amazing.
Yeah, been pretty lucky, eh?
Yeah, we've been real lucky and great weather too, so that's been nice.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the last time was this good, actually. I'm so sore. Like, my arms are fucked.
Yeah, that was good.
My
Lots
back's
of paddling.
fucked. So much paddling, eh? So much paddling. I just realised how bad my arms are for paddling, I guess.
You need to work out more. That's why you should
I
have
know.
out in the garage later.
Yeah, I know. That's
we would have given you a training regimen. I'm not keeping any secrets.
Fuck, I know, just hitting that bag, eh? Well, I tried a couple of times, and then, I just almost put my shoulder out, so I was like, maybe this fighting life isn't for me.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it up to you, weapons. So, yeah, well, what are you up to now? What's next?
Now I'll go home to a pretty big stack of orders and try to make a bunch of nice surfboards, and then go on another trip somewhere. I don't know, just keep it going. I've been traveling for the last 6 weeks. I was in Indo for a couple weeks, and then I was over in Australia for 3 weeks and here for a week, and now
So you're pretty keen to get home then?
Yeah, definitely. Need to catch up on stuff. I try to do 20 boards a month for sale.
Yeah.
So when I leave for a month, that means trying to roll it over to the next month. So probably shape like 40 boards, 60 boards in the next month when I go home.
Shit, so you fully stitch yourself up?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, that's a good stitch up at least.
Yeah, totally. I'm my own boss, and I just get to turn on music and make stuff that I love to make, which is...
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
And so do you do like a lot of customs?
Yeah, I do a handful of customs. I feel like my business is like 1/3 custom orders, 1/3 shop orders, and 1/3 Japan.
Japan?
Yeah, they buy tons of my boards. They love like California made,
Oh,
high quality, fine art sort of boards. They'll order the
Sick.
most elaborate tints and stuff like that, and they love it.
Yeah. So what kind of boards do you shape for them? Like,
Usually fishes and stuff for like really mushy waves, and they love the alternative sort of stuff. So I shape them like longboards and like really wide, like just huge. I don't know, whatever they
just
they get
things.
Yeah, just things. They like the wild shit too. So definitely do some experimental stuff for them as well.
Yeah, because that's quite a big market, eh, Japan?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I think it keeps a lot of like the hand shape sort of craftsmanship end of the surfboard business afloat, really.
Yeah.
Because they'll pay top dollar for a really well made board, and so the guys who can do it sell a lot of boards over there.
Sick. And so you've just got like some shops over there that...
Yeah, I have a distributor who sells to
okay.
a few different shops
Sick.
that lay a stack of orders on me.
Yeah.
Which
And do
is
you go
awesome.
over there often?
I went over there for my first time this last September, and it was pretty amazing. It was crazy to see, like, being in that place where you sell all these boards, but then not really seeing a lot of them. I don't know. It's a weird place, but I love Japan. I wish I got more time over there.
Yeah. Did you see the vending machines with the used undies?
No, I didn't see that.
Have you heard about those?
No.
You haven't heard about those? The vending machines. You know how there's a vending machine for basically everything in Japan?
Yep.
There's vending machines with used undies.
Ew.
Yeah.
For sale?
Yeah, for sale. It's
Like
fucked up.
someone will buy someone's used undies?
Yeah, people buy people's used undies because it's like some of the, you know how like Japan is like fucking. There's some like buzzy shit in Japan.
Yeah.
Like apparently like the businessmen and shit, they love used undies. Not dudes used undies, like girls used undies. So there's like vending machines with used undies.
I was thinking it was dudes use undies. I imagine like tidy whities with skid marks on them.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know. I'm sure there's a market for that somewhere. And there probably is. There's probably one vending machine somewhere in the dirtiest, grimiest part of Tokyo with guys' undies in it. But no, I'm pretty sure it's chicks' undies. Scotty, do you know?
What?
If it's like chicks' undies or dudes' undies in those vending machines in Japan.
Oh, guys.
Guys, okay, so that's guys. That's going from his past experience. But yeah, Japan's sick, eh? I want to go back there. Because they got delicious food, delicious beer.
Yeah, the food is so good.
Yeah, and it just feels so healthy, but so delicious at the same time.
Yep.
Way healthier than New Zealand food. because we've basically just live off pies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah, that's all right. Fucking. Oh, okay. Sorry. Biggest question that I'm going to ask you. What beer have you been drinking here?
We've been drinking Heineken and Red Line.
Red Line.
Yeah,
Oh, Line Red.
Lion Red.
Yeah. Some of the other guys are a bit off you when you bought all that Line Red, eh?
Really?
Yeah. But it's not bad. Like, it's not a bad beer.
No, I like it.
Yeah. But
That's good, and they tell you to drink local, right? Drink what?
yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Drink local. But you know, have you ever seen Once Were Warriors?
No, I
That
haven't.
movie?
Uh-uh.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the drink on that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
you were being like fucking thug as shit without even realizing it.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah. So that coupled with like, you know, your obviously very intimidating boxing skills, you know, you've just been the gnarliest dude in Raglan without knowing it.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I'll let you get your flight because we've got to take you to the airport
All
and
right.
you got to leave. But thanks for coming to Raglan. It's been great surfing with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cheers, buddy.